We've been having a chat about the most underrated Pokemon of every single generation, and today we're going to talk about some poison types. I have some good thoughts on this that I'd love to share with you guys on the most underrated Pokemon. So why don't we go ahead and get started on these poison typings, and there's going to be a couple in here that I hope aren't repeats, but it may just be the best overall option that I have to give that an opportunity, but we'll see when we get there. For Gen 1, though, when we're talking underrated poison typing, I honestly have to give the nod here to Weezing. Weezing, case in point, is really, really strong. What this thing does is it's not just bulky, but it gets incredible moves. It's a smokescreen user, and if you've ever played against an AI with smokescreen, you know what that thing does for you. He has smog. He has every powerful poison move you could ask for. Weezing does a lot of things for you that you really wouldn't expect it to do, but it does. Generation 2. We have some poison types here. And the answer, honestly, Crobat's obviously the best. So we can't put Crobat in here. This is an underrated video. We did the best, and you guys can look in the channel and find that any other time you want to. But if we're talking underrated, I'm going to give it to Quillfish because Aridos shouldn't be a Pokemon, and it's as simple as that. Move on. Gen 3, it's Swalot. Listen, Swalot is so good. He gets Amnesia, and you can also build a stockpiling set with him. So you can do a stockpile set, Amnesia. You can make this thing a bulky wall. He gets Toxic and every other good poison move that you can ask for. And if you just set up a stockpile set on him, he's unkillable completely. Swalot is really, really good. For Gen 4, it's Skuntank. Skuntank has one weakness. If you play this thing right, you have one weakness to ground, and that is it. Its offensive power, terrible. Its defensive power, not the best. But if you switch this into the right Pokemon, you are all good. One weakness to ground, that is it. Skuntank will do a lot of great things for you. Gen 5. The answer is Garbodor. Tell me you don't know much about Gen 5 without telling me you know much about Gen 5 if you pick Garbodor as the worst Pokemon that's ever existed. Yes, we all clown on Game Freak for Garbodor's design. We think it's stupid. We don't understand why this is what they ended up creating, okay? We all agree with that. But people are so gung-ho on that to the point where they think this is a bad Pokemon, when in reality, it's not. It's a stupid design. It has a dumb name. It's not a bad Pokemon whatsoever. It isn't. You can do a lot more with this thing than you really think you can. And anybody who thinks this is a bad Pokemon just didn't play Gen 5 and just clowned on it like everyone else did. Simple as that. I guess if I'm not counting Megas, it's Dragalge, but I'm going to put Skrelp in there, I guess I didn't anticipate having just two options. So, hey, it's Skrelp. That's the answer. Move on. Gen 7. Salazzle, being poison and fire, which was the first of its kind, was really unique and really fun. This thing hit like a truck, unfortunately, to any ground type move that comes at it. And that sucks. But fire and poison is so good offensively that there's a lot more you can do with this than you think you can. It does lack a little bit of speed. It's not necessarily considered a faster Pokemon either. But again, in the right situation, this can help you out a ton. And I think the typing is really what carries Salazzle here. Gen 8. I don't really like any of these, to be honest with you, except for Sneasler. Sneasler's typing, again, at Poison Fighting is really unique and really good. What Sneasler has going for it, not just with its moveset and its typing, though, is its speed to go with it. Sneasler, case in point, is incredibly fast. It gets Sucker Punch. It gets Stab on Poison Jab. It gets Stab on every fighting move. And that can help you out a ton when you consider it. A ton. Generation 9. I am going to go with Revroom. The only reason I chose this Pokemon is because it's fun. This Pokemon is legitimately a poison car. It's a poison car. It's a car with a bad engine, okay? I don't know why they came up with this. I don't know who decided that this could be a Pokemon. Doesn't change the fact that I love the idea of it. And also, Poison Steel is a pretty cool typing because you have poison immunity, but you can use poison, which is really strange, but hey, it works. It works. And also, you can take out fairies with both of your typings. Most underrated, though, honestly, if I had to pick, it's Swalot. Because Swalot, as I mentioned, if you set him up properly, is unstoppable. A stockpile set on a Swalot will win you any battle so long as you make the switch at the right time. And that's why I really, really like a stockpiling set Swalot. Seriously. It makes a huge difference. A huge difference. So that's about it for our list. If you take a look, here are all the Pokemon. Weezing, Quillfish, Swalot, Skuntank, Garbodor, Skrelp. What's your name again? Salazzle, Sneasler, Revroom, and Swalot is the most underrated. If you have made it this far, I want you guys to comment down below stockpile. I'm curious to see how many people are watching the end of these videos. So feel free to comment down below stockpile. Or if you're my mom, who I also know is watching this, you can text it to me if you don't want to comment. Either one works. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have an excellent day. I'll see you in a couple days with ground types. It'll be an exciting video. See you then.